So I had to pull over just now because I just had a conversation over the phone with somebody that reminded me of a time where I learned a huge lesson about what it really takes to have incredible business mindset, to have incredible business acumen, and to achieve outstanding results. I'll be the first to admit I am one of the most optimistic people that I know, and even during this time, I was a chicken. I did not act, and it cost me millions. But I want to go ahead and share with you the story because I think it's apropos, and I think that we can all learn from it as well. So I want to rewind a few years back, right after the real estate market had taken a huge hit and was just starting to rebound. There was an opportunity where a group of investors, myself and some other people, had the opportunity to invest in some different real estate deals that were coming across our way. Up until this moment, we were buying real estate in bulk. Most of the real estate that we were buying was almost impossible to get financing for, so it had to be cash. So as you can imagine, because cash was king during that time, we were picking up incredible deals, and we were having huge success flipping them to people who had the cash money or overseas investors. We built a great property management company around it. Anyway, long story short, there was more great business opportunities, and we were considering, different single family homes in some nicer areas in the Orlando metropolitan area. We were also considering some multifamily projects. And here we are talking about all this wonderful real estate that we knew was going to do very, very well. And one of the gentlemen that was part of our group, a very successful real estate attorney, looked at us and he says, well, I've made a decision that I am going to become a slumlord. And we're like, what? And he said, yeah, I'm gonna become a slumlord, and I'd like you guys to participate if you wish, and here's what I'm gonna do. So he started to name off a bunch of communities that were known for drug use, selling drugs, major domestic dispute issues, literally becoming a slumlord. And we looked at him like he had three heads, and we're like, why in the world would you want to do that? You have more money than you can ever spend in a lifetime. Why would you want to deal with the headache? And he looked at us and he says, no, it's not about it being a headache. It's about being a great opportunity. He's like, I've been to those neighborhoods multiple times. I've done my due diligence. I know what I'm going to be picking up. These are going to be all concrete homes built in the 80s. I'm going to be able to pick them up for about $15,000 a piece, put another $3,000-$4,000 into them for repairs and paint, make them look good. I'm going to get, better tenants in place. And we looked at him, we said, and you're going to what? You're going to go knock on doors every month when people don't pay you, and, have to be armed to the nine to try to collect your money? And he's like, no. He's like, when I was doing my due diligence and driving around, I came across a gentleman who was jogging the neighborhood, or one of the neighborhoods, and he was, this big buff dude. He looked like he was in shape. It looked like he took care of himself. So I pulled over. I started talking to the guy. The guy was working at a local 7-Eleven as a store manager, making $35,000, $40,000 a year. And I said, listen, do you know these neighborhoods well? And he's like, yeah, I grew up in these neighborhoods. I know most people that live in these neighborhoods. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, what do you do for a living? And told us what he did for a living. And he says, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a couple hundred homes. I want to build a world-class property management company. I want to improve the neighborhoods. I want to improve the communities. But I need somebody who is going to partner up with me, who's going to go knock on doors, and who's going to collect the money and let everybody know that, this is the real deal. This is a real company, and we need our money. We need it on time. And if we don't get paid on time, you're going to get evicted. And the guy said, fine, I'll do it. And the guy ended up, becoming a partner of his, making 2 to 3 times what he was making as a store clerk at one of the 7-Elevens. Fast forward now, 5-6 years, he bought 200 homes for about $3 million and change. He put some repairs into them. The houses all paid for themselves on average within 24 months. So now all of those homes are free and clear. He's recouped 100% of his initial investment, and his portfolio is now worth around $24 million. So, I didn't act upon it because I was truly fearful of having to deal with something that I had no knowledge of. I wasn't asking the right questions. I wasn't seeking the right solutions. I didn't have a plan. I was afraid of the notion of being a slumlord and potentially having to deal with, people that were irrational. Yet my other buddy had the right solutions, the right strategies, asked the right questions, came up with the right game plan, did his due diligence, surrounded himself with resources that were able to act upon his wishes and his desires. And that guy took his 3 million change and turned it into 23 million bucks in 6 to 7 years. Amazing. Now, I did pretty well too, but I can't say I have a success story like what he has. And I think that the proof is in the pudding. If we can step away from our comfort zone, if we can step away from our fears, if we can learn to ask better questions and seek solutions and strategies, and surround ourselves around the right resources, anything is possible. I truly believe that. And that was a huge life lesson for me, and I'm glad I went through it at the age that I went through it, because now that's helped me make some very educated decisions moving forward. So I hope this resonates for you. I hope the story helps you to maybe take that leap of faith by asking the right questions and surrounding yourself around the right resources. And I wish you tons of success. I'd love to continue to share information like this with you. If you like to comment below, please do so. If you want to hear more stories like this, please follow me. I'll be more than happy to share as much information as I can with you. At the end of the day, we're all living on this planet together, and together we can lift each other up and go through the learning curve a lot faster. Rock on, be blessed. Talk to you soon. Ciao.